Hello students. In the previous lecture, we have begun the first part of the lesson Let's March. That is the speech of the Kailash Satyarthi on the occasion of Nobel Peace Prize ceremony. In this lecture, we are going to study the second part of the lesson and the further speech of Kailash Satyarthi. Dear students, in this video we are going to cover up textbook page number 79, 80 and 81. If you have the textbook, please open it for the reference. If not, kindly go through the videos. Page number 79. I refuse to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global military expenditure can bring all the children to classrooms. Now, Satyarthi says, I refuse to accept that the world is so poor. He says that I am not going to accept that the world is so poor. Why? The world cannot provide books and education instead of putting them into some other work, instead of making them as a labor. I refuse to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global military expenditure. Satyarthi compares the 1 week global military expenditure, and he says that it can bring all the children to classrooms. Here, children to classroom means we can provide education to children. I refuse to accept that all the laws and constitutions, police and judges are unable to protect our children. Satyarthi says, why don't law and the constitution bring justice to the children? Why not the police and judges protect our children? I refuse to accept they are not unable to protect our children. I refuse to accept that the shackles of slavery can ever be stronger than the quest for freedom. I refuse to accept here. He says, I refuse to accept, I'm not going to accept that the shackles of slavery can ever be stronger. Why the slavery should be stronger than the quest for freedom? Instead of making slavery stronger and stronger, or the stronger, instead of that, why don't we give freedom to the children? My only aim in life is that every child is free to be a child. He says that child is not simple child. A child should be free. I want to make every child free. I want to give freedom to every children. What are the aims of Satyarthi? Every child is free to be child means free to grow and develop without any problem, without any destruction, free to eat, sleep and see daylight, free to laugh and cry, free to play and learn, free to go to school and above all, free to dream. Satyarthi wants every child to be free to grow and develop. The child should be free to eat, sleep and enjoy the days. He wants to see the child to laugh, free to cry. There should not be any restriction, no any control. That the child should be play and learn. The child should free to go to school and get education, get educated, free to dream. I have the privilege of working with many courageous people who have the same aim. He says that I'm not alone working here. I got the privilege, I got the opportunity working with many courageous people like me, like Satyarthi, who is having the same aim which Satyarthi has. We have never given up against any threat or attack, and we never will. He says, due to threat of attack or fear, we don't want to give up our aim. We are going to fight for the freedom of the children. We are going to give liberty to the children who are suffering, who are controlled, who are facing so many problems, who are working as a labor. We have made progress in the last couple of decades. We have reduced the number of out of school children by half. We have reduced the number of child labors by a third. We have reduced child mortality and malnutrition. We have prevented millions of child's death. Satyarthi says that we have, means the people who is working with Satyarthi, working with other people, we have reduced the number of out of school children by half. Half of the children are coming to school, those who are suffering. Number of labors reduced, that means child labor. Child mortality and malnutrition, it's very difficult to get the nutritious food to the children. That was stopped. So malnutrition, children were suffering from malnutritious food. That was stopped. And we have prevented millions of child deaths. They worked hard. Satyarthi and his group worked hard and prevented millions of children death or child deaths. But let us make no mistake, great challenges still remain. Friends, the biggest challenge or biggest crisis knocking on the doors of humankind is fear and intolerance. He says that the biggest problem knocking on the doors of humankind, of human being, that is fear. We are getting scared of people. We are getting scared of what will happen to our life. Therefore, we are lagging behind to help such children. And intolerance. We have utterly failed our children in imparting an education. He says that we have failed in imparting education. An education that gives the meaning and objective of life. Satyarthi says, only education is such a weapon which gives the meaning and objective of life. An education that gives a sense of global citizenship among the youth. Education can enlighten the children. Education can teach the children how to live the life. What are the objectives of life? Only you can get through the education. I am afraid that the day is not very far away when the cumulative result of this failure will culminate in an unprecedented violence, and that will be suicidal for humankind. Now Satyarthi, Kailas Satyarthi has a fear that the day is not very far when the cumulative result of this failure, we get the result of failure, that which creates more and more children to follow the violence. So, and that is nothing but will be a suicidal for humankind. I am afraid that the day is not very far away when the cumulative result of the failure will culminate in an unprecedented violence. That failure, if we do not help the children, if we do not fight for the children will culminate in an unprecedented violence, and it will be a suicidal for humankind. Right, security, hope can only be restored through education. How we can eradicate or uproot this problem of the children? Only through education. That was the right security and hope. It can be get only through the education. Young people like Malala, and I have started calling her my daughter, Malala, not just Malala. Kailash Satyarthi accepted Malala as a daughter. He is calling her as a daughter. So my daughter Malala and other young girl, Malala, you must have heard the name of Malala, very young girl. Recently she has completed her PG, including Kayanath in fact, two Kayanats and Sajia and the daughters from Africa and from all over the world. Not only Kailash Satyarthi alone struggling to give freedom to the children. Here, helping hand was given by the young girl Malala and Kayanath and other two Kayanaths and Shajia and the daughters. Some are from Africa and some all over the world. There are some young girls who are working for the freedom of the children. They are rising up and choosing peace over violence. They are struggling. They are working hard over violence. They want peace, tolerance, extremism, and courage over fear. They are trying to bring courage over fear. They want to kill the fear from the people, from the children. The solutions are emerging, but these solutions cannot be found in the deliberations, in conferences alone, and cannot be found in prescriptions from distance. He says that the solutions are coming up, but it is not only seen in conferences. It is not useful only in the conferences. It has to be practiced. It has to be worked. They lie in small groups and local organizations and individuals who are confronting with the problem every day. They made a group, all these people, they had their local organizations and individuals. When they get the problems every day, they work on that. Even if they remain unacknowledged, unrecognized and unknown to the world, the solutions are with them. Some people, they are working with their local organization. Some people we don't know. They are unrecognized and unknown to the world, but the solutions are with them. They are working for what is the solution means? They are working for the children. They are working for the liberty. They are working for the freedom of the children. So, dear students, this is not the end of the speech here. It's a beautiful speech, a long speech where Satyarthi expressed his feelings, his aim towards the children. He wants to give free education. He wants to give freedom to eat, freedom to sleep, freedom to see the daylight, freedom to get education. That means complete liberty he wants to give the children, where children are not getting. Now, I am not speaking the children of common children here, the children who are working as a child labor, who are caught into trouble, who are put in trouble. Such kind of children, Satyarthi want to give freedom and work for them. So, in this speech, he has expressed his aim, his feelings towards the freedom of the children. He says that we have to work together, we have to come together. He has mentioned that he is not working alone. There are so many organizations, not only in India, even in the global level. They are trying to uproot all the problems of the children. So, my dear students, we have studied only a few parts of the lesson. There are part 1, part 2, and it's a very big lesson and a very inspirational lesson. Therefore, we are going to continue in the next video. Till then, you have to write all the assignment whatever I have given. Now, here on this lesson, only few assignments I have given, which saves your time. At the same time, you will get a time to write properly. So, name the following I have given and mention the social issues highlighted by Kailash Satyarthi in his speech. And I have given one is child labor. Another thing you have to write, refer the textbook, read the lesson and complete the assignment. Question number 3 also, here complete the following diagram chart. The aim in life of Kailash Satyarthi is that every child should be free. Free for what? Just now I said, to eat, to sleep, to get education, then to see the daylight, to work, whatever it is that you have to write. Refer the textbook. Now, question number 4. Complete the following web chart. You have to refer page number 85 and complete the web chart. I hope you will read the lesson. Any doubt, you write it down in the notebook and Once again we are going to start the revision, and your doubt will be cleared. Thank you, dear students, and have a nice day. Any doubt regarding the lesson or any topic, kindly write down in the notebook, that we are going to solve it very soon. Thank you and have a nice day.